This hit.
We're
We're live.
live. Hello, everybody.
We are live.
Do you know what the date is?
Yep.
What?
November 14th.
You just looked.
It's right there.
That's not fair. I wanted to know if you knew it.
No, I didn't know it. I didn't know what day it was.
Well, I just looked at my phone, so.
Man, I didn't know what day it was.
Well, I didn't either, but I knew I
Yeah.
needed to tell people. So today is Tuesday, November 14th at 4 o'clock in Alabama, Central Time.
That's right.
Know where you are, but hopefully you're getting rain if you needed it.
If you needed it.
If you didn't need it, I hope you're not getting rain.
That's right. It is raining right now.
It is. Who knows how hard or soft it'll rain, but we can hear it. It's just a sprinkle right now, but it's supposed to rain all night.
I hope.
Well, I told you this morning at 6 o'clock it was supposed to be raining, and the sun was trying to peek out.
It was trying to peek out.
So who knows?
The sun didn't last long this morning, though.
It didn't last long. It hasn't. It's been kind of a dreary day. We've been prepared to get rain at any minute, and it held off until just a few minutes ago.
Which is good because we got a bunch of stuff done today.
We did. We got more done than we set out to do. We're saving those indoor projects for right now.
Yeah.
For, we got outside stuff done that needed to be done.
Yes.
Picked up the old garden area.
Man, it has been a mess too.
It was just a project that we had put off until it was no more putting off.
It had been a mess. It was, if y'all remember our spring and summer garden, we had, several long rows of tomatoes and some other vining cucumbers. And we had put T-post in the ground and put cattle panels up. And then we've gotten no rain. No. So I went out there and tried to get some of the T-post up like a month ago, and it was not happening.
No, it was not happening. And so, my theory was, okay, I may go ahead and start taking the clips off the T-posts that were holding the cattle panels on. So I went into the barn and I got the tool that takes the clips off. And when I got over there, I realized that we had tied
we had tied them all up.
We had to tie them up. I mean, clips wouldn't have held the plants up, obviously. So I kind of hung my head and I thought this is going to be a lot more work than what we set out for. But I intended on just cutting all the hay twine, is what we used, off the fence. And then Jason came behind me and tried to pull some posts up, and lo and behold, it worked. It worked.
It did work. And so we got all of them up.
And that was a job.
I bet it took us a good 2 hours, I bet.
Maybe more than that. And so Nick from Chestnut Hills goes by and he toots the horn. Well, a few minutes later, I get a text after he gets stopped, and it says, looks like work.
Yeah.
And I said, it is, with a mad face. Well, he stopped when he came back by and just kind of let us know how hard we were working. But at the time, Nick didn't know it was supposed to rain this afternoon, so I hope I gave him a little heads up because he was going to do some fencing.
Maybe he got some fencing done. I asked him, could I borrow Farmer Rhett to come out there and help me with these poles and stuff, and he said he was at school, so I missed out on him.
Missed out on Rhett's help. We needed some help.
Oh.
We had all the dogs sitting on the outside of the fence, and they weren't offering much help.
Sleeping. All sleeping.
If they could all help, we would be set.
Yeah. Oh, God.
If all of our dogs could, and they would. Yeah. They would all be willing to help. Believe me, they would.
You know who I thought who may have been willing to help today?
Who?
Peaches. Listen, I went over there today after we got done with that, and she had gone into the last stall, and the wind had blew the door shut, so I went there and let her out. But let me tell you, she was about as frisky and active as I've seen her in a long time. She was steadily taking her nose and just pushing all on me like this. I mean, a good 3 or 4, 5. If I'd have sat there, she'd have kept on. I was petting on her. I mean, she was full of it today.
Well, maybe she's learning how to tell the goats that she is the real boss.
I don't know, but she sure was. She was absolutely full of it today.
I bet there were no goats in sight.
Yeah, they were just kind of just looking at me or looking at us. Matter of fact, them pears came up to me and let me pet her.
Well, I bet I know where the goats are right now.
I know where they are right now.
I bet I know where all the animals are right now.
Oh, man.
Except for good old Bandit. He's laying out in the rain.
Yeah, the dogs
They don't care.
don't phase them.
They just sit out in the rain.
Crazy. Does not phase them at all.
And y'all, I tell you something. I give those boys so much good talk. It's time to talk down about them.
What do they do?
They tear up everything.
They do.
And I know that they're still puppies. And I anticipate them tearing up things. But my mama informed me the other day they were the worst 2 puppies that she's ever seen in her entire life. And I think she meant it sincerely.
Oh, is it rough?
We have a lock on her back porch, her screened-in porch.
Yep.
However, she promises that she has watched Bandit. Because I accused Rocky because he tends to be
the one that starts a lot of
that starts it. She assured me it's not Rocky, it's Bandit. And so we said, Mama, there is no way those dogs can get in your porch with that door locked.
Did you look at it with a lock?
I locked it again.
But how can they get in that door?
I don't know how they can, Jason, but I know good and well that she said that the door was locked and she saw Bandit on her back porch.
All I can figure is that
listen.
It was locked in that little thing, and they pushed up against it, and it come unlocked, and it opened. And
she said, "You little booger, how did you get on my porch?" And so she got him back off the porch, and she said, "This time I'm gonna watch him." So she locked the door from the outside because they can get in if it's locked from the inside. So she locks it on the outside. She goes back in her front door, and she said she stood at the kitchen window and she watched him. And she says that he can open that door just wide enough to sneak his little body through the crack. Little body now, mind you. I said little body.
90 pounds.
92 pounds, and that was over a month ago.
Yeah.
So he's probably 102 now. Little self through the door and get whatever his heart desires.
Well, after you told me that, I went over there and I ran a little test myself.
You tried to squeeze your 92-pound self through there?
When you lock that door, it's
tight.
It's no way. But like I said, I can see, because it's just one of those little locks, that kind.
Yeah.
And so, if he pushes it in a little bit and it pops out, and then it opens up about like that, and then I bet that's what's happening.
I don't know what's happening.
Or he unlocks it, gets what he wants out, shuts the door, and locks it back.
Well, I wish that was the case. What was that show that used to have the animal tricks? Oh goodness. The girl always used to tell me that Mary Carl needed to take Penny on the show.
Pet Stars or something like that?
No, it wasn't. It was a well, just forget I said anything about that. But anyway, we could go to Hollywood with Rocky.
Do you remember that show, Pet Stars? You remember that one?
I do. We loved it.
Yeah, we like Pet Stars.
We did.
That's what I was thinking
This was a guy. This was a man.
Yeah.
Pet
Stars.
Is that what it was?
It was Pet Stars, and he was the guy from Saved by the Bell.
No, this guy. Okay, you remember the friend of mine from the Goodwill that we ran into at TJ Maxx?
Yeah.
Miss Angie. Yep. And Angie was telling me, I introduced you to Angie as she used to always tell me Mary Carl needed to put Penny on this show.
Stupid Pet Tricks, that's what somebody said. That was Dave Letterman that did Stupid Pet Tricks.
This was not David Letterman. Anyway, we're getting off on a subject we don't need to. So I felt bad.
Oh. Not
because Rocky had tore up a bunch of pillows and different things like that, but I felt most bad about him taking Sonny's bed
Yeah.
off the porch.
Yeah.
And y'all, when we get up in the morning, we never know what it's going to look like in the yard.
You never know.
We never know.
Never.
We never know.
Never know.
So most of the time, it looks like it snowed the night before because it's some sort of stuffing. Some sort of stuffing out of some sort of product.
Something.
They tore up all of my chair cushions on the porch. So we just decided to do away with the one that was left.
Oh, man.
So after they got done with tearing up all my pillows, they went to Mama's porch. And mind you, it supposedly stays locked.
Yeah.
So now that they've tore up all Mama's cushions, her pillows, they tore up Sonny's bed. Well, Sonny used to be our dog. She was a rescue lab mix. And Sonny loves her bed. He tore up the cat bed too. So Sonny, Mama said that Sonny looked at her like, why did he tear up my bed? He could have tore up anything, but he tore up my bed. And she says that Sonny just doesn't understand where her bed went. And so Mama kept telling me, I've got to get Sonny another bed. I've got to get Sonny another bed. So earlier today when we were in town, we picked up Sonny and the cat a new bed. Now, I don't know if it's going to make it through the night. But if it doesn't,
I'm going to go lock the door.
Put a chain on that door.
I'm going out there. I'm going to lock the door before it gets dark and tell your mama not to go out of it.
I'm thinking about screwing it shut.
And I'm going to go out there and go from there.
But Mama loves dogs just as much as we do. But the only thing she says when I see her first thing after there's been some destruction the night before is, Brooke, those are the worst two puppies I've ever seen. Two dogs.
Two dogs.
The worst two dogs I've ever seen. And they didn't do that early on. They did not do it early on.
Yeah.
Do you agree? Not as bad as they do now.
Not as bad as they do now. It usually was always rocky. And it's typically if you leave something on the side-by-side seat.
Oh, we know better than that.
We know better than that.
We don't leave anything anywhere.
And, you know, I would get on to them if I could catch them.
Yeah, well, it's not doing any good if they're laying out in the yard. They've done their damage.
It's not doing any good.
They're not in the act.
Mm-mm.
They don't know what they did wrong.
They don't. Yeah.
So there has been not much reprimanding because they do it during the night.
Yeah, they usually do it during the night.
And as y'all know, that's when guardian dogs are most active.
They do sleep a lot during the day.
They sleep a lot during the day, and we never see them doing anything they shouldn't be doing.
They do it at night.
They do it at night.
It could be Foxy, because Foxy may be trying to get them out of here. You know, she may be.
She actually likes them.
Yeah.
Foxy likes them.
She does like them.
I mean, her spirit has been lifted since they've been here.
I think so, too.
She really, I mean, every morning we see those three, especially when it's cooler.
Yeah.
We see those three playing hard. And then Holly goes out there and it's like, Holly's like, you know, Usain Bolt compared to them. If you don't know who that is, used to be the fastest man in the world. She just speeds right by them. And
she does.
They just hold their head up like.
She makes them look.
What was that?
She goes by like they're standing still.
Yeah, somebody said they're bored. Well, during the middle of the night, we don't have any way to occupy them. And we really don't want to bring predators in just to give them something to do. If we can help it.
No, I think if we I'll figure it out. I'll figure the door out. I'm not worried about it. I'll get it figured out.
Well, I'm afraid if we figure the door out, then they may chew the tires off the car.
We'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out.
Yep.
It's been a whirlwind, that's for sure. Now, Rachel, our beekeeper,
yes,
she has a destructive dog as well. And she sent me a text with a picture because they came over to work the bees one day.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a chance to pick up from the night before. And it had snowed the night before. You know what I mean? Man. This was brown snow, though. This was brown stuffing out of a pillow, and it was all over the yard. And her face was like, "What's that?" I told her about what the boys had done, and she said it's called bitter cherry, and she sent me a picture of it. And I really don't know where to begin squirting it if I were to buy that. Do you?
We'll just squirt everywhere.
Just squirt it everywhere. Just buy a case of it. Just start squirting.
Oh, me bitter cherry.
Bitter cherry.
Bitter cherry.
And she asked me, she said, Brooke, did you order the bitter cherry? And I said, no. And I told her just that. I really don't know where to spray it.
Yeah.
I really don't know where to spray it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Somebody said that Lester's ostrich killed a coyote.
Really?
Wow.
I think Nugget would kill a coyote.
Yeah, he probably would.
Nugget is getting much better with Goldie.
He is getting much better with Goldie, and Goldie is getting a lot better with us. She actually almost this close came inside the stall with me today.
If Nugget would just cool his jets down enough to be satisfied with her being around us, then she would be like Nugget.
I agree.
He's just not over the fact that he's no longer alone.
Yeah.
You know, as I'm cleaning up pools, he's occupied by me.
Right.
I turn around, Goldie's standing right beside me.
She's very social.
And he turned around and he looked at her and he carried on with what he was doing. So it's getting better. It's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not where I would like for it to
and
be.
It may never get that way.
It may never.
This may be the best it is right here. Who knows, though?
You know, Stan and Kathy, they said that Goldie ruled the roost at their farm. So Pepita was the male, and he may have acted like Nugget did to her. She may have acted like Nugget does to her.
Maybe so.
But nonetheless, I am glad she backed down from him, or we would have had a problem. I'm glad that she let him be dominant, because there's no chance he's going to hurt her. I mean, we're sure of that.
Yeah, he hisses, and she automatically backs down.
She does.
She automatically backs down.
But
and then,
I think if she was the dominant one,
I
think we would be a little leery. Can she hurt him?
Yeah.
But we know Nugget well enough to know he's not out to hurt her. He just doesn't want to share her with us.
Right.
That's what I think.
That's what it looks like.
That's what I think. Who knows?
Carl and Tat. I'm not going to say what they did to the coyote. You may can read it.
I can't read it.
I don't want to get flagged for saying something, but it kind of like the princess on Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
That's what she says.
Okay. Enough said.
Oh, well, I got a big announcement that you guys have been wanting. I bet I get messages over the past few weeks about this a lot of messages about this.
And I think we addressed it on a live, but not to the point where we knew when it was going to happen.
Yes. But it is officially today.
Guess what?
If you haven't been to our website, then I'm sure you don't know.
Hey, let me tell you what it is.
But
www.coghillfarm.com. Blow it up.
Oh, but y'all, the 2024 calendar is out on our website.
That's
right there.
Yay!
And
all thanks to Jacqueline.
Yes. All thanks to Jacqueline. And I don't know, here's probably a preview of it right here of what it looks like this year. And we had some feedback from the last calendar, and so we took that in consideration and did that to this calendar.
That's right. And we will do that again next year.
Yep, we will.
So y'all go grab your calendar, because everybody's going to need to know what day it is.
That's right.
For 2024. It's right around the corner.
And it's the same company that did our calendars last year, called Lulu. I think that's the right name. I think that's Lulu. I know that's it. Lulu. And so they'll print them and they'll ship them. So they won't be coming from us. They'll be coming from them. And it is really nice. The calendar last year was really nice. It's super thick. It's heavy. It's extremely well made. And it's a nice calendar, and I
It's
wanted
got some special dates on it.
it does, and I like the matte finish, not the super high gloss, because I like to write on it,
Yes.
and I feel like on the other one it kind of smears. So, anyways, it is out this year, and if you guys check it out, where is it again, Brooke?
www.coghillfarm.com.
Oh man,
That's so easy for y'all to remember.
it is.
It is.
That's easy to remember.
Now, I want to say something. So, when I was talking about Mary Carl being interested in birding and bird photography and such as that,
Yeah.
I got several emails that you probably didn't see that were about Mary Carl doing a bird calendar.
Yes.
And y'all, I talked to her about it, and it's definitely something that she's interested in. So next year,
yeah, because it'd be kind of tight.
Yeah, it's too tight to do it this year. Hope y'all understand. But next year, she's willing to do it. We've already talked about it, and I thought that that it may be something that we could set up to where, you know, the proceeds from the calendar go to her bird fund, or, you know, something that pertains to her.
Okay, that
or
sounds
her
like
interest,
a plan.
Her photography.
I like that.
Something like that. But
I
we've
like
got
that.
a whole year and month to think about it. But
Yeah.
it will not happen this year, but it is something that she's already agreed to.
Right.
Now, she's 13, so I'm going to have to hold her to it.
That may change.
You know how that happens.
Yeah, that may change.
Overnight, they can change their mind.
That's right.
But I'm going to hold her to it because I think it's an excellent idea. And gosh, in a year, can y'all imagine how good her pictures will be by then?
Yeah, because she's very
critical of herself
when it comes to the pictures. So
she's very critical of herself, and I think we all are when it's something just like you and your editing. You're very, very critical on yourself, and you want it to be the way you want it.
That's right.
And if it's not that way, then you're not satisfied. So give her a year, and I think that we will have an opportunity to give y'all maybe 2 choices of calendars. We'll still do this one.
Yeah, we'll still do this one. This one always works out well. Somebody said, where was the donkey? But Jesse's on there.
Yeah, Jesse's on there.
Jesse, if it's in order, January, February, March, April, May, June. She would be November. Yep, Jesse's November.
Jesse's November.
She is right there. So that is out there, and it takes a while to make the calendar.
It does. Yeah. But you know,
that's why we couldn't get it ready this year.
Yeah. And lo and behold, y'all, Jacqueline, we don't have to tell her what to do. She just starts on it, and she tells us when it's ready, and we are so thankful for her.
Very thankful for her. A matter of fact, she was working on it last night, and I had gotten a text from her late into the night. And I got a text from her this morning before 7 a.m. and she said it is up on the website.
I mean, how much better does it get?
It's so awesome.
But I was going to say this before I forget. Okay, so there's, in case y'all aren't aware of this, there's only 12 months in a year.
Yeah.
We've got a lot more than 12 animals.
Yeah, that's also a hard decision.
You know, it comes down to not who your favorites are, but who you have good pictures of. And we worked around that. So if your favorite animal wasn't there, maybe it'll be there next year.
Maybe it'll be there next year.
But we did the best we could.
That's right.
I know a lot of people said last year, where are the cats?
We had the black cats on there.
We did. But
this year we don't have any cats.
We don't have any cats on there, and it's just somebody has to be left out. I mean,
it's got to be left out.
Unless we want to add more months to the year.
Yeah, we could do that.
And if y'all want a cog-heel year, we can do that. I'm good with that.
How many months would be in a cog-heel
Probably about
year?
37. Probably 37 months in a cog-heel year. I don't know where that came from, but
oh man,
yeah, that's that's
cog-heel year
number 37.
Yep.
So we probably have many more than 37 animals, but not 37 different
types.
Right. I don't think Scott made the calendar this year, did he?
No, we didn't get Scott. We didn't have any good pictures of Scott.
See, there
That's
we go.
also too, yeah, because we have, Jacqueline comes here several times a year and
So we have to
and
wait
takes
on.
pictures, and sometimes we get good pictures and sometimes we don't get good pictures, and we didn't get a good one of Scott this year.
That's right.
So that was a good reason.
And Mary Carl would have probably taken pictures of Scott because he is, after all, a bird. But she didn't feel comfortable taking like the Jessie picture, which
Right.
that's something Jason had to go back and get a picture of.
Right.
But certain things, and I respect that.
Yep.
But maybe the bird calendar can come next year.
Maybe so. Fingers crossed.
So if y'all are interested in a calendar, grab you one up. What else you got?
Oh, I really don't have much. I just calendar was the main thing that I wanted to make sure that I announced today. Was calendar.
All right. Well, you got calendar. You got calendar unloaded.
I do want to say this. Saturday, November 18th, in Jemison, Alabama.
Oh yeah.
It's Pedals from the Past, open house Christmas event.
That's right.
And we got a lot going on that day. I really wanted to go, but we have the beekeepers coming that day.
Right.
And we have to go somewhere that evening
for a birthday party.
So we may not be able to make it. I really would like to go though, but our coffee's going to be there.
Our coffee's going to be there for sale.
Yep.
Pedals is selling the coffee all the time now.
That's right.
They have everything that we offer.
Yes.
Until they sell out and tell us they need more.
That's right.
So if you're in the area, it may be something to occupy your Saturday and have a good time.
It will. And I know it's going to be awesome. It always is. Their Christmas open house. It's going to be beautiful. And I think the weather is going to be nice.
So let me tell you a little story.
What's that?
So when I was little, my mama worked at the Flower Basket. And I say little because she didn't start working there till I was about 12, maybe 11, something like that. And so every year they had an open house. And I don't know that Christmas open houses have plummeted, so to speak. But back then it was more of a thing than it is today.
Yes.
And y'all, this was an event that the florist at this particular shop prepared for all year. So with my mama working there, everybody that worked there dressed up. You know, it was a dress up day and food galore. Food. That's what I remember. Y'all know what I like. So, yeah, they would take the whole back area that was work tables. You know, would have their floral picks and all their work area that was a total junk hole throughout the year.
Right.
Clear it all off.
Yep.
Put the white tablecloth on it and put every table full of food. And so people would come and they would shop and they would have coffee. Wasn't Cog Hill coffee back then.
Right.
They would meander and have conversations, come through the back and eat a bite and, you know, maybe even buy a little something. So it was a win-win for all, but you just don't hear of the Christmas open houses like you once did. You
don't. And Pedals is very much like that one.
Yes, it's
very much like that one. As a matter of fact, he told me that the coffee was going to be out for people to sample and have stuff like that, and they'll have cookies, and it's really awesome. It's really awesome. I really wish we could go, but I don't know if we can fit it in or not.
Well, we'll see. The weather's supposed to be nice Saturday, so I hope even if we aren't able to go, that it is a good event for all.
Right. I hope so too. Maybe we get up early and get there when they open and
maybe
browse around and check it out.
The beekeepers have got some things to do here.
I know.
And we don't have to be here.
No, we don't have to be here.
We don't have to be here for them. But the weather's going to be nice. And, you know, beekeepers, they don't want to open hives when the weather isn't warm.
Right.
They want the temperatures to be just right. And Saturday looks like it's going to be that way.
It does. Absolutely does.
So if that's something that interests you, drive over to Jemison. Just take a stroll through. It's kind of like a memory lane.
It is. That's why I really would like to go.
Somebody commented last time, the last live, I was talking about food, of course, and I was talking about the crumble cookie or whatever it's called. And somebody, I read the comments later when I have a chance. I don't read them all, but I did. This one stuck out in my head because the lady commented that I needed to go to a Weight Watchers meeting.
So
and I laughed out loud and I thought, hey, that's a good idea. I've never been to a Weight Watchers meeting. However, I use the app. When I want to. When I'm feeling large and in charge,
That's
I
right.
use the app. But
oh man,
yeah, I needed it that day. I needed that meeting. Oh goodness, I needed it today too because there's a restaurant in town that we have wanted to try, and I don't think there's anything like out of the ordinary about this. But our friend Clack over at the Clack Shack, who is a local woodworker and friend, told us about a Chinese restaurant that we should go to. And y'all know we haven't lived in Chilton County for that long. So there's some things that we still hadn't tried and we're yet to, sink our teeth into. Well, he tells us that there are actually 2 Chinese restaurants that we should give a try. The first one is over by Winn-Dixie. And so we decided last night that we were going to go and have Chinese. So we went over to the one by Winn-Dixie. We park and I get to looking with my squinty eyes. And I said, y'all, it looks like it's takeout only. And Jason and Mary Carl, they sat up in the car. They were like, it sure does.
Like it. Yeah, I didn't see any tables in there.
It's takeout only.
Yep.
Well, our idea was not to go and get food and eat it in the car because we're quite a little haul. Chestnut Hill said it is.
It is takeout only.
It's quite a haul to smell good food all the way back home.
Yep.
And I didn't want, if Mary Carl's, if she eats Chinese, she's going to use chopsticks. And I think y'all know how that's going to end. Okay. So I didn't want her eating Chinese in the car.
Right.
Well, we're going to go to the buffet, the other one. It's the buffet, the China buffet, Crosstown. I said it right. We drive all the way across town.
Well, I looked because in our little small town we're in, and this, I think this is common in little small towns. Here Mondays, I would say probably 80% of the restaurants are closed on Mondays here.
It beats anything I've ever seen.
It is. They are, which sounds crazy, but it's not crazy for a small town.
It's not because most of these restaurants are open on Sunday,
right? Because
that's a busier day for them. Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, when everybody gets out of church, they go out to eat.
That's right. Yeah. And therefore their off day is Monday instead of Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't experience this in our previous town because we really didn't have any restaurants.
Not many.
I tell you, we feel like I mean, maybe that's why I've become such a food connoisseur.
Because we got so many places to choose.
Y'all, the city of Clanton is 8,500 people.
That's it.
And we've got 850 restaurants.
It sure do.
I know that people that are locals here, they complain about not having enough places to eat. Yeah. But y'all, where we came from, the city of Selma had 25,000 people.
I think it's about 18 or 19,000 now.
And we literally had 2 restaurants.
Yeah, just about.
I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah.
It was you bought groceries.
Right.
And I need to buy groceries. That's why we were searching for food last night. So Jason looks on the app because, like he said, most of the places are closed on Monday. Well, the app says they're open.
It did. Their website or their
internet, Facebook page or
whatever
something.
It was. It said they were open. So
we literally drive across town.
Yep.
Literally. And it's a little distance across town. Y'all, I couldn't remember exactly where to turn, so I'm looking for the lights. I know what the building looks like. Jason's like, I don't even know where it is, so don't ask me. I'm looking, and I go to turn in, and I said, "It's
It's
closed.
closed.
It's closed."
Look what I just did.
Look
How do
what
I
you
get that
just-
off? How do I do
You
that?
threw it away.
Oh my
Well, we
gracious.
should have done like this because "it's closed" was not a good thing.
I was like this.
You little rat.
But it
So-
was closed.
Guess what? We still hadn't had any Chinese food.
No, we haven't.
We haven't
We
had
haven't.
any Chinese food, and I'm working up a real appetite for this. Either one. I mean, I was at this point, I was destined to go sit in my car
Yeah.
and go back to the other one and eat, but we didn't.
Yeah.
We just decided it wasn't meant to be. We would try it again another day, and hung our heads low. And
We went to another one.
we did, but I was gonna say
And I
instead
had-
we got pie.
We did stop by Pies by Mike.
We did. We stopped by the pie.
We
friend.
did. We stopped by Pies by Mike. Oh, you know what?
What?
I got to make a big announcement.
What?
Even though I got to watch I talk with my hands. Even though we only had 2 restaurants in our hometown,
Right.
well, we got 1 Rookie of the Year from our hometown.
Okay.
Gunnar Henderson
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right.
from the Baltimore Orioles,
Yes.
who is from our hometown of Selma, Alabama, of
With 2 restaurants.
with 2 restaurants. He just won American League Rookie of the Year, which is blows my mind, y'all. Because I'm telling you, I remember him when he was a little boy, so it blows my mind.
well, I'm sure that his mama having to cook home cooked meals
Probably had a lot to do with it.
contributed to him being Rookie of the Year. And he deserves every bit of it.
Oh man, he does. I'm ecstatic, and him and another player won Silver Slugger awards too. But Rookie of the Year is unbelievable.
Yes, and I think it was,
Unreal.
if I'm not mistaken, Jason.
Yeah.
Well, I better not say that. I think that he was voted for by everybody. I don't think there was one.
He was the players a couple of weeks ago. The players had their own thing, which I didn't know,
Yeah.
and they voted him Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the media.
But I
made him-
think it was hands down. I think he was the winner with no competition.
maybe I don't know. But he's-
I don't like to tell stories. Take that back if it's not right.
But he is. I worked with his granddaddy, his pawpaw, for years and years, and I mean, all the way up until I stopped working at the dealership. I have worked with Gunnar's granddaddy
Uh-huh.
since I was 18 years old.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
Can you believe that?
That's right. And then I was friends with his daughter in school. Well, you were too.
Yeah.
And friend in school. So, we've pretty much known them all our life.
All
Not
right.
that means anything. It's just,
No, I'm just so proud
you're
of
just
him.
so
Yeah,
happy
yeah,
to-
yeah. It just, I forget the astronomical
figure.
it is to become a professional baseball player,
First
actually
off.
in the major leagues,
Mhm.
let alone from our little small town. He played baseball for a 2A school
That's right.
that, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind. But unreal, Rookie of the Year. And I got a feeling he may be MVP. And
Well, he's got a
unreal.
lifelong of baseball
Unreal.
ahead of him that who knows.
Yep.
The sky's the limit. The sky is the limit for that young
Unreal.
man. Oh, goodness. I was going to say something about food and I forgot what it was.
That's okay. I want to say that we did a little project, and I must say I was extremely shocked at how well our milk room floor turned out.
Yes. Y'all, let me tell you something. So there was a day that I was in Prattville, and I thought about running in this store to pick up some acid stain. And I think I told y'all in the video that there's so many choices.
It's like wall color or picking out, flooring. There's just so many different ones.
There was so many different choices, but I stopped and
Yeah.
I went in the store and I wanted to talk to the guy that knew about the stain. And he just so happened to have just left. And they said, we can call him and tell him to come back. And I said, no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll
Yeah.
come back another day. Well, it worked out. It was meant to be.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't buy that acid stain
I
because
agree.
we were already kind of leery of working with acid.
Yes.
And I started doing some research on natural ways to color concrete. So I knew that iron would change the color of concrete
Mm-hmm.
because I've heard of people that have done it before, outside.
Accidentally.
Yes, out accidentally.
Right.
And there really isn't any way to get it off. Once it's done, it's done.
Right.
But I wasn't looking for iron. That in no way I was looking for iron to stain concrete. I was looking for natural ways to stain the concrete. And when I came across the coffee, it was like, bingo, this is what we need to do.
Yes.
So to have came up with a way that was pretty much natural. I mean, it is natural.
Yeah, it's natural. It's just
non-toxic.
non-toxic.
No threat to our kitty cats. No threats to us. No. Only thing that could have happened is it could have turned our skin orange.
Yeah.
But we didn't touch it.
We didn't touch it.
We didn't touch it.
We had gloves on. And I don't know if you guys have ever priced acid stain.
It's not cheap.
It is really expensive versus literally we used a half a bag. That bag was $6 and we made a pot of coffee. So, I mean, $4?
Yeah. Literally
$4.
$4. Now, I would have been really scared to do my house first,
right?
Not knowing what the finish would be. Of course, in my research, I could see pictures, but your picture is not going to be the same thing as what your room's going to turn out.
Right? Yeah.
So while I said I wish I had color in the house, I don't think I mean that. I think I'm happy to have it in the milk room, and I'm pleased with the way it turned out.
I can't wait once you get the clear on it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
it's gonna look way different because every picture you see on the internet of the acid stained floor has got a clear on it, and it's gonna make it pop. It's gonna look so much better once it gets to clear.
We recently went out to eat with the Heads in Tuscaloosa, and we went to a Mexican restaurant. And in the bathroom, which Mary Carl was with me, I didn't have my phone with me. And I said, Mary Carl, take a picture of the floor. And so she goes to take a picture. Not enough storage. I mean, I do everything with my phone. Every video I've ever taken is on my phone. I don't delete anything. I don't delete any text message. I don't delete any email. And I still have storage, but my child doesn't have any storage. So she couldn't take a picture of the bathroom floor. But it's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, it looked just like that floor on my
It looked just like it.
It did. It really did. It looked great. I was shocked.
So if you're on the fence about it and you have a room or something that you want to do, just start out slow like we did.
Mm-hmm.
And when your desired color is reached, stop.
That's right.
You can make it as dark as you want or as light as you want or any color in between. But it was fun and it was easy and it was a project that
the hardest part was waiting an hour.
Yeah.
That first coat, and I put it on time lapse. I don't know if you can really tell it in the video that was time lapse. And go
ahead.
But that first coat we put on, I thought to myself, this is not working. It's not working.
Well, the bad thing was we went and sat in the barn. We were hungry and we were doing like this, twiddling our thumbs, just thinking, is it changing?
Is it changing? Is it changing?
Is it changed any?
But it did.
It did.
It did.
It just took a minute.
It was it was really light, and we realized what we did wrong. Doing it, we did it with the mop first, and it kind of left some streaks in it, and then it wasn't dark because we didn't make it thick enough.
Right.
But we went back and did it. But you can play with it.
You can play with it, and you can learn from your mistakes, just like we did. We started out light, and I mean, what did it waste? A couple of $1? $1?
Yeah.
Not even that,
Right.
probably, and a little bit of our time.
That's
So,
right.
I, there were no mistakes made.
No, and it was fun.
It was fun.
It was really fun, and I enjoyed it.
I did too. And I was fixing to say something I forgot.
You even write it down?
No, I got a memory like a great white elephant. Did y'all hear that?
Oh, me.
You don't believe it either, do you?
Not tonight, you don't.
Well, today.
Today?
It's today.
Oh, it feels like nighttime.
Well,
it's getting dark.
It is getting dark.
Yeah. It is getting dark outside.
So how do y'all feel about the time?
Ryan's on here today.
Ryan the rooster.
Yep.
Ryan needs to color his floor. Well, I guess he doesn't own that building, so I don't know if he better color.
You know, we ought to do it, Ryan. We ought to do some coffee staining on your floor over there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And I read that if you used Miracle Grow instead of iron, that it would turn it a blue-green.
Oh.
What?
I don't know if I would like that.
Well, I like ours just the way it is. But I think you could do lots of different things.
I think you could too.
You could do hickory nuts. You could do walnuts.
Yes.
Let it soak, and who knows? The sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit.
That's right. Sky's
the limit. Tractor update. We're still waiting on the starter.
When we went to
we're still waiting on the starter.
We went to the Chinese restaurant last night, and it was like 2 minutes till 5.
Mm-hmm.
And we're early eaters. We like to have dinner right at 5 usually.
Yes.
Speaking of that, it's getting kind of
I know it.
Hungry.
Don't let Ryan know we like to eat right at 5 though. He says we're getting old when we.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, we've been eating right at 5 since we were 18. So we leave the Chinese restaurant that we found was only takeout.
Uh-huh.
And I tell Jason, that's where I dropped the starter off, right there. Should I go and ask him what the status is? And Jason said, no. The worst thing you can do is go in there at 2 minutes till 5.
It was about 2 minutes to 5 o'clock. Hey, that's the worst thing you could have done, especially when somebody's already not Mr. Rogers. You know what I mean?
Well, we haven't taken him his coffee yet. We haven't taken him his.
No, we haven't taken him his coffee yet.
So maybe in the morning, it'll be raining. I should take him a cup of coffee and ask him how the starter's coming.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Tractor Man is going to have surgery on his neck in 3 days.
Yes.
So that means that much longer. And we sure could have used that old tractor this week.
We could have used the old tractor this week.
But who knows? It is what it is.
And I can't change it. So
no, we'll get the tractor back one day.
That's right. We're gonna get it back, and it's gonna be up and at 'em and working right like it's supposed to. And
well, that's our goal, is to make sure everything is the way it is before we bring it back home.
I agree, 100%.
We don't want to, like, the PTO thing needs to be replaced on the back.
That needs to be replaced on the back. I want him to look at the brakes, and I want him to make sure the clutch is working right. So
yeah. So
once we get it running, that's where we're gonna
focus on
next.
Yeah. We want it to be where we can park it in the barn.
Yes.
And know that it's going to be there for our great grandchildren.
That's right. Absolutely. And it made the calendar.
Oh, it did.
Yes, it's the December. It's the December month.
Yes. And Jason's going to get off my tractor and onto his own tractor.
That's right. I can't wait. Gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Well, it'll be nice to have 2 different tractors that we could have implements on at the same time and do different things.
Yeah, that will be nice. But I don't know, just
the sentimental value.
Yeah, the nostalgic of it and all that. I don't know, it'd be nice. I might have to wear, I don't know,
your railroad overalls.
My railroad overalls and my what was that called? The hat, what was it called? Schoolboy hat. Yeah. And feel like I'm from 1940s.
You do that.
My tractor.
You do that, because I'm gonna be in. I think my tractor's a 2017, so I'm gonna be living like I'm in 2017. Even though I sometimes think I was born in the wrong era.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate modern technology to some degree
Yeah, you're right.
because I can't see plowing a field with the mule, and I mean that was only 100 years ago, or less than 100 years ago.
It's not that long
Not
ago
that
when you
long
think
ago.
about it.
I
And
mean,
look how far and how quick stuff changes.
yeah. I mean
That's
that's
crazy.
it's almost mind-boggling to think about it.
Yeah, it is.
To think about there are people alive today, like your granddaddy. He plowed with a mule.
Yes, with a mule.
And you hear stories of things like that, and you think, "Oh, I was born in the wrong era." But I tell you what, those people, they earned their keep.
G says she plowed with a mule when she
Good
was a teen.
gracious, she ain't much older than me. Girl, plow with a mule.
Whew, man,
And
that's some work.
Granddaddy at his birthday party was telling me that they made a fire to make their coffee.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's people watching today that remember doing that. And I mean, when you think of the way technology is today, it's just hard to believe that you made a fire to make coffee
Instead of just cutting it on your coffee pot.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
mash the buttons. What Granddaddy says.
That's all you gotta do now.
All
Smash
you
the
gotta
button.
do, mash the button.
Oh me, just smash the button. Well, I tell you, when I get the tractor back, I might have to do a tractor dance because I'm gonna be ecstatic.
You're gonna be a giddy tractor guy.
Yes, I'm gonna be so happy when the tractor's here.
Well, you
So
deserve
happy.
it, and your granddaddy wanted you to have it, and I'm just happy that it will be in working order when we
Right.
get back.
That's
if it
right.
takes till 2025, it takes till 2025. Hopefully not, but
I don't think it's gonna take that long, but it'll be ready.
it'll be right.
By 2024, and I'm fairly confident I'll have it for the spring garden.
Y'all, I saw something that I like today, and I've been thinking about it ever since I saw it. And I even was cleaning out the chicken coop, and I stopped midway and I said, how crazy would this be? So I'm going to tell y'all what it was first and then tell you what I Googled. So I'm looking through Marketplace today.
While you're cleaning the chicken coop?
No, while I was drinking coffee
Okay.
this morning, I have to look at Marketplace to see if there's anything that I really need. When this red Postal Jeep came up.
Oh, yeah, the red Postal Jeep.
It was a 1973 model, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it ran great. And it was over in the next town of Millbrook. And it didn't have any seats in it because it was a Postal Jeep.
Mm-hmm. And just the one seat.
All I could think of is this is the best side-by-side I could ever buy.
The only thing is it wouldn't be four-wheel drive.
No, I told you I was going to put some big tires on it.
I still wouldn't help you if you got in and buying.
Well, Jason, we don't have much mud. Goodness sake, it hadn't rained in 3 months.
It's not the mud. It's when, if we're going through the woods and stuff.
I'm not going to go through the woods.
Oh, I got
you.
So
then I started thinking, well, maybe I don't need it for hauling my stuff around. Maybe I need it for a new produce stand. And so that's when I got my phone out when I was cleaning the chicken coop up, and I Googled old Mel Jeep produce stand.
Did you find any?
Not one.
So it could be the first one.
The first one. All I could see was me opening that sliding door, and it would drive. I could drive it into the field, harvest my vegetables, gather my eggs, and then drive it out to the road.
Just have it all. That reminds me of a page I follow on Facebook and on Instagram. And for some reason, I just love this little old page. It's called the Farm Bus.
Okay.
And it's like your typical old Bluebird bus.
Mm-hmm. I found one of those for sale the other day too.
And it's painted. It's got all these murals on the side of it. Kind of reminds me of the 60 model Volkswagen.
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
The Farm Bus?
No.
Oh, and
the Jeep.
And on the Farm Bus, the inside is a farm stand.
Huh.
It's got the stands where you walk in and all the produce is there, and you pick it up and you look, and it is so awesome. I love it.
Okay, it's still here.
Look how low that thing is to the ground, girl.
All right, I took a screenshot of it, and I'm fixing to show y'all my Jeep mail truck.
Oh man.
When I get something on my mind, I have this big problem of not letting it go. But hopefully it sells soon because that's the only thing that's going to make me let it go. It is nothing fancy about it. It looks like a little.
Oh man.
You know what it reminds me of? The Mahindra Roxer, which is a little side by side.
Sort of, kinda.
But you're just convinced that it wouldn't get me through what I need
It's
to go
not.
through.
It's not.
So I just need to wipe this off my.
Wipe it off because at the car dealership I worked at, we were the post office service center. We worked on all the post office trucks.
It's a 78.
And those were about 80, in between the 84 and the 88 model. They don't upgrade in post office trucks, especially in small towns.
Oh, it's so cute though.
And
look at that.
Man,
That's from the other side.
It not much power at all in that little thing. I can tell
I would
you.
have to find me another Mr. Gary to work on it, wouldn't I?
You would have to find you some. Ricky'd work on it because he worked on them all at the dealership.
Jason, I'd have to haul it to Selma. Oh my gracious. I think it's cute and I think it's a good idea, but I think it's going to stay in Millbrook.
Yeah, probably so.
So if any of y'all are looking for a little postal Jeep.
A little postal Jeep. If you had a little rural route, if you was the post driver and had a little rural route, that'd be perfect.
I used to dream of being a mailman.
Did you?
When I was in school, I don't know what it was, but I wanted to be a mailman.
Really?
Yes.
The rural route or the ones that walk around?
The ones that drive around.
Oh, okay.
Drive around, not walk. I didn't want to walk.
Well, I was thinking the ones downtown.
Yeah,
where
but
they
I didn't want a downtown route.
Park and walk.
I like cookies too much. I didn't want to walk.
Oh, man.
No, it looks like some of our male people around here might need to buy that because
Yeah.
they're always in a different vehicle.
Yep.
I've never seen anything like it. Sometimes they're in their own personal vehicle. Sometimes they're in a van. Sometimes
because we're rural, this is a rural route.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said that would be good for somebody that had a rural route like this.
So when I was a kid, we lived in the city,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know why, but every day I got so excited when the mailman came because I was going to run out there and ask him for rubber bands.
Why? We did the same thing. We did the same thing.
Rubber bands.
When I spent the night at my nanny and granddaddy's, and that was in town when they lived in town. When that post office truck came by, us kids would go out there and asking for rubber bands.
What was it?
What was that? Did you guys do that too? Is that something that we did as kids in the 80s and 70s? I mean, that's.
Oh, I can remember skinning my knees up running.
Yes.
Running so fast to catch the mailman to get my rubber bands because I almost missed him.
So, yep, that was because they get leftovers. Yeah,
but
rubber
how
bands.
did we ever know that?
How did we ever know that?
Because I didn't know you as a kid and you didn't know me.
Not at all.
But it was obviously a kid thing.
Obviously a kid thing.
Sorry about our dogs. They're telling us time's almost up.
I can that and getting the
ice cream truck.
The ice cream truck. Oh my gosh. An ice cream truck. Oh. When I was we could hear that ice cream truck 5 blocks away.
Yep.
And he was on like Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah. I skint many a knee up running after the ice cream truck.
What would you get when you get an ice cream truck?
A push up.
The push-ups.
Yeah.
Push-ups and the Superstar. That's the one.
What was the one with the piece of gum in the bottom of it?
I don't know, but a friend of mine, that's what they always got, was that one with the piece of gum.
And that piece of gum in the bottom was so hard it would break your jaw because it was frozen.
Yeah.
It was frozen in the bottom, but that's why you got it, was to get that piece of gum. That's why I got it.
I'm trying to see if anybody else would
the Superstar's what you got?
Superstars what I got.
No, I do not like a Superstar.
Oh man, I get that Superstar every time.
Whoo! If it ran now, I'd get me a Snickers bar. Because I love some Snickers ice cream bar.
I'm guessing they still have ice cream trucks, I reckon.
Well, probably not. It's probably digital. You probably order it on the app and they bring it to your house.
Yeah.
Like DoorDash.
Like DoorDash. Screwball. I've seen some people say they got a screwball.
A screwball was what had the gum in the
Gum
bottom.
in the bottom of it.
Yep,
That's it.
that's what it was.
That's it.
A screwball.
A screwball.
Yep. I don't know why you would want that gum. I mean, I would get it just to get the gum, but gosh, it was terrible.
Orange push-up. I
liked push-up.
I would get the Superstar about 90% of the time, and then 10% I'd get the push-up.
So I've been seeing this thing. This is completely not about ice cream. It's about Weight Watchers. But I like to read about different things that people do that satisfy their sweet tooth cravings, because obviously I need it. But they take Greek yogurt and they add like sun-kissed powder or crushed powder.
Oh, yeah, you tell me about that.
And it's not the whole pouch of the crush. I don't know what the amounts are. But mix it and it makes like that made me think of it. The push-up made me think of it. I said it's like an orange dreamsicle kind of thing.
I bet it tastes a lot like a push-up.
Yeah, and that's what made me think about it. But
I didn't think about that.
The only kind of powdered drink stuff that I ever have is peach tea.
Yeah.
So I thought about doing an experiment with the peach tea, but I don't think it'd be very good.
I wouldn't. I would. The orange powder sounds good. I bet that would taste just like a push-up.
Well, I've got some of my next pickup.
The
Crush is all that we have. They don't have a sun-kiss, but I think the Crush is pretty much the same thing.
I'm trying to see.
But
a healthy push-up.
I'm willing to.
We could take a toilet paper roll and shove the yogurt down in there.
Oh.
And push it up.
And now you're making me make that face that I make. Oh, y'all, this is I must confess what my biggest pet peeve in the whole wide world is.
Y'all ready for this? So you have something that makes you cringe, or something that
my mouth is upside down just thinking about it.
Just something.
It wasn't a toilet paper roll.
It wasn't toilet paper roll.
It was.
But what's the one?
Y'all, I can't even talk about it. It makes me talk like this.
And I know every one of y'all gonna know what she's talking about, because at break time, or you're in kindergarten, or when you get into lunch, that break time, y'all know the little ice cream cups you get that had the.
Oh, Jason, don't even do it.
You peeled back the top, right? And you had that little ice cream cup. But what did you eat that ice cream with?
Those stupid wooden spoons.
The wooden spoon.
Y'all, a popsicle stick or a wooden spoon turns me inside out. I can't even stand to think about it.
Silly.
I mean, y'all see how red my face turned? And it's just, it does something to me.
The wooden spoon.
I don't know what it is. I just can't stand it.
We can just bring it up, or anything like that up.
It just makes my tongue go up. I can start talking like this when I think about the spoon.
I mean, I guess.
Do you have any kind of pet peeves like that?
Oh yeah, cough medicine. I can't eat cough medicine. I can't
you laugh about my wooden spoon the way I laugh about you.
About cough medicine.
About cough medicine.
Yeah.
Because it's something that does not bother me, but that wooden spoon, ooh, it will change your speech. It's terrible.
Oh man!
Oh goodness!
The wooden spoon.
And I have been to school with Mary Carl to eat lunch, and they get those little ice cream cups with those things.
And that's the best ice cream.
Oh,
I guess you didn't like it because you had the wooden spoon.
I would have to go get me a metal spoon.
That ice cream, and I remember being a kid, and my nanny and granddaddy always had Neapolitan ice cream. I said that right?
Yeah.
I know, because I'll get in trouble.
Well, you're asking the wrong person if you said it right. But.
And it was in a clear container. And to this day, I cannot find any
that tastes like that.
That tastes like that. Ever. Never. Well, never. It was the best ice cream in the world.
I have a similar story.
What's that?
Because my great grandmother's house in Frisco City, Alabama, they had a deep freezer that sat in their house.
It's like my nanny and granddad saying, well, that's where the Neapolitan sat.
Now, they were farmers, so everything they ate, they grew.
Yeah.
But they didn't grow this ice cream.
They grow ice cream.
They didn't grow the ice cream.
Okay.
It was ice milk.
Yep.
They never had ice cream.
Ice milk.
They had ice milk. And I have never found anything that tastes like that.
Is it oh gosh, what's the ice cream company in
Barber's?
Alabama? Not Barber's. Mayfield's. It's supposed to be ice milk, I believe.
Well, this said ice milk on it.
I think theirs says ice milk, but
I've
that may be. I'm wondering now if that ice cream Nanny and Granddaddy had.
Was Mayfield?
No, what Mayfield? If I don't ever remember seeing any. I guess it had something written on the top of it. There was nothing on the sides of it. There's nothing on the sides.
I remember it being a box. A cardboard box.
I remember the box because the lid lifted up like that, and then over time,
it gets
the
soft.
sides would be busted out the side.
Never went back right.
Never went back right. But I don't know what that ice cream was in that clear plastic tub they had. And of course, my nanny kept all them clear plastic tubs.
Oh yeah, they feed the cats and the dogs and everything out of
store leftovers in it and everything. But oh man, I wish, and I've tried. Oodles of them, and have yet to find that particular flavor.
Interesting how you think of things that bring back such memories.
Like wooden spoons.
Oh, don't say it. Ugh. Chopsticks don't bother me.
Really?
Chopsticks do not bother me.
What about when the doctor says,
"Oh gosh, we gotta go, Jason, stop it." It's not at all funny.
Oh man! But I guess that bothers you. Then.
It does. It bothers me bad.
Huh?
Ugh. Even to see them tell Mary Carl to do that makes me. I have to go out of the room.
Oh man!
All right, so we'll be back Saturday morning with coffee in tow.
Coffee in tow.
And what else we got? Guess that's it.
I guess that's it.
Oh, you got me messed up now.
Oh, me. Well, if you missed it or if you came in late, our 2024 calendars are out on our website. And I guess that's all we got.
Where are they, Jason?
At www.coghillfarm.com.
Y'all check it out.
That's
even
right.
if you just want to look at it.
Yeah, that's right. If you just want to look at it.
Just go look at it. Even if you don't buy one.
Absolutely.
Give you something to do and maybe put a smile on your face.
That's right.
Take my frown off from that wooden spoon. Ugh.
Oh, one thing that won't be in the calendar next year will be the wooden spoon. We'll make sure it's not in there.
If you do, you don't have my face like this. Hey, let's make fireworks or something.
I think it only did. Oh, it did it.
All right.
I thought I did it one time.
All right.
Y'all be good.